Bees might have a reputation for their painful stings, but they're really quite beneficial to maintaining a balanced ecosystem. Sadly, bees all over the world have been mysteriously dying off for years. Facing possible extinction, every bee lost is a major hit to the overall population, something beekeepers Justin and Tori Englehart know all too well. As the owners of Wild Hill Honey, a bee farm in Sioux City, Iowa, Justin and Tori's livelihoods depend on the well-being of said bees. None of this was enough to stop a true tragedy from happening at their farm, however. Recently, the couple awoke on a cold winter morning to check on their honeybees, and they were horrified by what they saw when they stepped outside. Their 50 beehives had been violently knocked down and strewn across their 18-acre property. It was already too late. The damage was done. In total, upwards of 500,000 honeybees were killed. Justin and Tori were heartbroken and desperate to find out who could have been responsible for this thoughtlessly cruel act. Obviously, the death of 500,000 honeybees is a tragic loss. With the community having decreased at a rate of 30% each year for the past several years, losing that many in one fell swoop would have a lasting effect on the local ecosystem. As diligent hard workers, the Engleharts were devastated by the loss. They knocked over every single hive, killing all the bees. They wiped us out completely, Justin explained to reporters about the aftermath of the incident. They broke into our shed and they took all of our equipment out and threw it out in the snow, and then smashed what they could. Doesn't look like anything was stolen, everything was just vandalized or destroyed, Justin continued. Unfortunately, with the bees facing extinction, this wasn't an issue that could be so easily fixed. To make matters even worse for the Engleharts, insurance companies don't cover bees, leaving them with little recourse for recouping the $60,000 in damages. Thankfully, some folks were ready to help out. In a last-ditch effort to regain some of the funds necessary to reopen their bee farm, the couple set up a GoFundMe page to raise money. Inspiringly, the loving community rallied around them and helped raise more than $30,000. With the help of the community, the Engleharts hope to reopen their farm in the coming season. It's thanks to those contributions that we'll be able to rebuild this spring, Justin explained in an interview. We cannot adequately express how grateful we are for everyone who has sent kind words and those willing to help us out. It's been overwhelming, the couple wrote in a post on Facebook. We had no idea our plea for help was going to travel so far and wide. We are deeply moved by your compassion. Between the contributions and the equipment we were able to salvage, our needs have been met, Justin concluded on the GoFundMe page. Still, they were hoping that those responsible for the crime would be brought to justice. Thankfully, the Engleharts were in luck. Soon, they learned that the two culprits who had allegedly committed the crime had been caught by local authorities, despite there being no witnesses. Both still juveniles at the ages of 12 and 13, authorities weren't able to give the names of those responsible. They did, however, charge them with criminal mischief in the first degree. That wasn't all, though. Whether they knew the seriousness of their crimes or not, the two minors were also facing charges of burglary in the third degree, possession of burglars' tools, animal facilities offenses, and an aggravated misdemeanor. In total, these felonies carried a stiff penalty of up to 10 years in prison, as well as additional fines up to $10,000. This maximum punishment was considered unlikely, however, as the offenders were still minors. Furthermore, the minors might have lucked out, as the prosecution for architectural animal facilities in Iowa was said to be extremely rare. I can't think of a case where we've had a prosecution in Woodbury County. I may be wrong, but I don't recall anything, said Mark Campbell, the county assistant attorney. Despite the potential outcome, the Engleharts were just happy the people who committed the crimes were caught when they were. They assumed it would eventually be adjudicated in a local juvenile court, and that justice would be served. If nothing else, they were happy that the case brought the honeybees' plight into focus. Bees are critical, and people are conscious of the fact that bees are having a hard time right now and facing some real challenges, Justin pointed out.